If you only watch a little bit, please listen to this part. If you are struggling with hating yourself, please know that it's a hate program that is running within you. It's not actually you. Let's get to the good stuff. If you have ever typed into Google, and this is so fucking sad, how not to hate myself, it's so disheartening to know how many women are actually looking this up. We are looking for answers on how not to hate ourselves. And today I've got some beautiful wisdom to share with you. So if this is something that you are struggling with, do stay tuned, do watch, because I am gonna let you know how and why and how to deconstruct this madness that is running through the heart and minds of women everywhere on planet Earth. Now I'm gonna explain. So if you wanna know more, then do continue watching. But if that's all you need to know, it's not you. It's not your fault, it's not you. It is literally a program that you are running. If you can see that you are a computer, your mind is a computer system, the same way you have a laptop or a computer that you work on, there are computer programmers that literally, you have this blank canvas, right? And they come in and they upload the software, and the programming, all the coding tells it what to do. When this happens, do this. When this happens, do that. It's a program, right? It's neutral. The computer itself does not give a shit what program is downloaded to it. So when you came in planet Earth very young in your infancy, your mind program was downloaded with a lot of softwares that you were not conscious of. So this is going to be from society, from family, from your environment. It was taking in all of the programs, just soaking it in like a sponge. And we don't a lot of times have conscious memory of this. It's just kind of how we operate. It's just who we are or how we think. And that's because it happened so early on in our childhood, before we really got the ability to really start remembering our youth. And the hate program is so systemic, especially for women, especially for the female collective. And that is my mission, is to dismantle that, because it's complete garbage. Women are the most amazing creatures on this planet Earth. So I will spend every day helping women dismantle this program, because it's false. And somebody had that program running in themselves and they shared it with you, and you didn't even know better. Unless you take the steps to dismantle and change that program, it will continue running. There's no reason for it to not. So even though it's causing you a lot of shame and guilt and heartbreak and pain, again, the mind, the computer doesn't care. The program it's running, it's neutral. So if you have come to the point where you are watching this video and actually searching on the internet, how to not hate myself, you've come to the right place, because I'm gonna tell you exactly how to dismantle this. Your awareness that it's a computer or that it's a program is of really massive value and importance to you. If you can understand that it is not you, you are not the one being hated. You're just believing in a program that you got. It's not your fault. You didn't create it, and you don't have to believe it because it's a lie. It's just a nasty program that's not true, and there is hope. You can take the program out the same way we can reset our phones, or we can take programs out of a computer and reinstall a new computer. You can do that. That's the beauty of having this neutral computer mind, is if you have enough self-awareness to realize that you have a program running that isn't serving you, that you're not happy with, that's really detrimental to you, you have the power to change it. That's how powerful you are. You are the unit in which the program runs through. You are not the program. So this hate program that's running, you actually can dismantle and change into a loving program. You can be someone who truly, absolutely, fully loves themselves completely, unapologetically. I'm gonna share with you 4 ways that you can start to reverse that programming. It's gonna be a little tricky at first, because it's very similar with when you have a path that hasn't been trudged yet, right? You might have some overgrown plants and things, and it's just kind of overgrown, right? There isn't a path there for you. So that first time that you take that new path, it's gonna be a little tricky. So do understand that you'll probably need to be patient with yourself. It's gonna take some time, it's gonna take some practice. Eventually, that road will become the known to the subconscious, and it will just be like breathing. you won't even have to try. But do know when you're building new neural pathways that it does take some effort and some time to get there. So let's get into the 4 ways that you can begin to do that. So the first step that's gonna be really, really important to dismantling that self-hate program that is running is mirror work. You may or may not have heard of this, and I might do a video that kind of goes over in detail what to do, so stay on the lookout for that. But essentially what it is it's sitting down with yourself, looking at yourself in the eyes. Most people don't do that ever. When we look in a mirror, we're looking for what's wrong, right? That's usually what we see. Instead of what's right, instead of what's beautiful about us, we pick apart everything that's wrong. So mirror work is really, really, really powerful. You basically sit down, you're looking deep in the eyes, and just take a few breaths and just begin to look into your own eyes. Not at anything else that's wrong, but really, really deep into your eyes. And you can begin to say things like, I love you. I love you, Amity. I really, really love you. So it's just about greeting yourself and really seeing yourself, who you are on a deep spiritual soul level, just looking straight into the eyes. You know, they say the eyes are the mirror to the soul. I mean, there's truth to that. So you're just sitting with yourself. And this activity is really confronting because everything is gonna come up that you wanna pick apart. Some people can't even look at themselves in the eye, and some people can look at themselves in the eye but not say that I love you. So you might find yourself anywhere along the way. But really, you're sitting down with yourself and just begin to say, I love you. I love you, I love you. And the resistance that comes up, and it will come up, that's like a guarantee. It will come up. You may even start to begin to cry. But all the resistance that comes up, that's what we're looking to heal. And you're never gonna get rid of this self-hate program without healing. In the mirror work, the resistance that comes up is really what we've been avoiding. So when we get on Instagram, when we scroll, when we binge eat, when we Netflix for all day, that kind of stuff is a distraction so that we don't have to feel the pain we've been avoiding. So when you come and you sit in silence and you look at yourself, that is the perfect time for all of that to come to the surface, and just be prepared to know that it's coming. But this is essential. If you want to heal, if you really want to stop running this disastrous program and begin to really live a life of self-love, this is kind of like a requirement. And if you don't do this activity, if you find something similar, your healing is a requirement. How you get there is a completely personal journey. So mirror work is not the only way to get there. It's just one tool that can get you there. But your healing, these wounds, these traumas, is a requirement if you're gonna live a life of self-love. The next tool that we really wanna bring in, moving into the path of self-love and deprogramming this hate program that we're running, is meditation. And there are thousands of ways you can do it. There's guided, there's not, it's endless really on how many ways you can meditate. There's moving meditations, there's walking meditations, there's stillness, there's breath meditations. I mean, it's legit endless. The idea behind this and the healing that happens is you're connecting to something beyond yourself, beyond the program, beyond the mind, beyond the body. You're essentially connecting to source, creator, love, whatever it is for you. That's what we're doing here. And what happens is kind of these problems of the 3D world, right? This body, this mind, this program, all that, they're non-existent in the few moments that we connect to our essence, when we connect to divine love. And you want to bring that into your daily practice, however you do. And that will bring immense healing. And it also lessens the seriousness of this hate program that's running. So the more you meditate, or the more you can kind of rise above it, the less problematic it is. It still exists and you still have to do the healing work, but what happens is you are embodying more lightness. You're embodying more of your spirit energy. And so the density of hate, which is very, very dense, you're adding light to the problem, and that's gonna lighten it. That's gonna make it more easy for you to move through and transmute. So meditation, and however you come to find it, is gonna be a really healing part of this journey. Next step, which is just the coolest thing ever, is hypnosis. it is similar to meditation or guided meditation, but essentially we're getting you into a relaxed alpha state, brainwave state, and you're just deeply, deeply, deeply relaxed. And then we are using that time, it's a very active time, where we are accessing the subconscious and we are putting in positive suggestions. So we actually, when I say we, I'm a hypnotherapist. During hypnosis, what we can do is change association patterns. So if you've got positive associations to this self-hate program, we actually, in the relaxed state, we can communicate with the self-conscious and we can make it a positive association to self-love and valuing yourself and making yourself important. So it really is a fast track to reprogramming the subconscious. I highly, highly, highly recommend it. You can find free hypnosises on YouTube. You can find them on Spotify. You can contact a local hypnosis or someone that can do it digital, myself included. And we work one-on-one and we dismantle the self-hate program and we amplify the self-love program. So what you do in your waking life is much easier because in hypnosis, because we communicate straight with the subconscious, there isn't so much willpower that's required. If you were trying to do it with your conscious mind alone, you have to effort and I'm really doing this. When you have the help of hypnotherapy, it makes the journey much, much easier because your mind is about 90% subconscious, 10% conscious. So if you're doing this work with your conscious mind, you're only utilizing about 10%. But through modalities like hypnotherapy, you're accessing that other 90%. So if you're doing conscious healing work like the mirror work using your 10%, and then you're also doing hypnotherapy, which is utilizing the 90%, then you've got 100% of your mind behind changing this program. That's a really big deal. The last tip I have for you guys is gonna be something that utilizes the conscious brain, which is gonna be journaling, writing, scripting, or even speaking, depending on which modality works better for you, but it's part of healing work. So who do you need to forgive? What really causes you the most pain? Do you need to forgive others? Has somebody hurt you? Do you need to forgive yourself? Really, if you can think about what is it that you hate so much? Is it your body? Is it your life? Is it your friends? Is it your life situation? Is it your job? If you can really kind of dissect and figure out and go deeper. Sometimes we just say I hate my life or I hate my job. Well, what's deeper than that? That's kind of superficial. So what is it that you hate? And if you can keep asking why, if you can get to the roots, right? And usually what's at the root is hurt and pain. Somewhere along the way we were rejected or abandoned. You don't have to remember the original source or the story that is around what happened to you. It's just about feeling and grieving the pain. We have to acknowledge that pain is there because under hate is really pain. There might be some anger underneath, but if you really, really kind of go all the way back to the beginning, what's gonna be there is hurt. We got hurt somewhere along the way. And then there's these defense mechanisms that come into play. And then we continue to hurt ourselves. Essentially, that's what the self-hate program is we are just repeatedly hurting our own selves. We don't need someone else to do it anymore. It happened once or maybe multiple times with someone else. And then we just continue that abuse to ourselves. How awful is that? I mean, it's awful to get hurt by another human being, but it's so sad that we continue to hurt ourselves daily, even momentarily, constantly hurting ourselves. Any kind of time that you say a negative word to yourself, that causes pain. But again, it's just a program. So if you can get to the root, not replaying the story that's around it, that's not required to heal. You don't have to relive a situation, but you do have to feel what's at the core. So if it's rejection, if it's abandonment, if it's unworthiness, that, in order to heal, it's a requirement that you're gonna have to feel those emotions. So I just mentioned a few tools that you can use to get there. You can speak, you can have conversations, you can talk to yourself, you can write it out. However it is that you get there, but you're really looking to get to the deeper why. Why do I hate myself? What is under there? What is the juicy meat that we're getting to? And once you get to that and you can really feel it and heal it, then that helps also to dismantle the self-help program. You can see that it's not really valid. Again, it's just a lie. It's just a program. So it is my prayer that these 4 tips help you along your journey. It is possible, completely doable, when you decide and you're ready to not hate yourself anymore. And I'm gonna do another video on specifically the body, because a lot of women we project that hate onto our bodies. That hate that we feel inside, which again is just pain, we project that onto the body. So we hate our bodies in these really intense ways, and there's a lot of complex ideas around that. So I'm gonna film a separate video that has to do with women that hate their bodies. But anyway, if you are interested in taking this work further, I would be honored to work with you both as a hypnotherapist and as a transformation coach, because it is very, very possible, it's doable to dismantle the self-hate program and get a self-love program. It is the greatest gift that you will give yourself ever. Again, not easy, but worth it, worth every second. And then what happens when you do that? You're a leader within your family, within your community, within your environment. You're showing what's possible. You're gonna show other people, especially other women, what's possible when they heal. So by you healing, by you doing this sacred work, you also are a light to other humans that healing is possible and they don't have to continue playing that self-hate program. So this work, I can't stress it enough, is so, so, so important for all women to be doing. Again, you can reach me at my website, on IG, I'm on TikTok. Also, you can book a session with me at my website if you're interested in hypnotherapy to get rid of that program and start running the self-love program. And exciting news! I launched my podcast. You may be aware my teacher and mentor passed away a few weeks ago, and this is something that I had been wanting to do, and with her passing, it just, so many doubts and fears I had, they just fell away, because death is such the most amazing spiritual teacher you'll ever have. And so I've got it launched. I've got the welcome episode. I'm gonna record a few episodes today and get that going, so you can also catch me there. Very similar information. It's gonna be self-hypnosis, women's empowerment, how to reprogram yourself, all amazing, empowering women stuff. So meet me there, share the journey. I love you so much. My God, ladies. Do you guys know this is the first time I put on makeup in like 3 weeks? I literally only usually wear makeup to make videos, or like if I'm going somewhere special. But I probably put makeup on like once or twice a month, in case you were wondering. That's how I do. I'm a very al natural kind of gal. So yeah, my head shouldn't be cut off. Let's keep my head in the frame. Let's do that.